is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Tonight, the New York Knicks taking on the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets begin the game with the basketball. Smith with a shot, it won't fall. To Dennis Smith Jr. And throws it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Charlotte basketball. To Rozier.
I agree, I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off two legs and expect the contact.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Oh, nice find for the basket.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Jay, the Knicks searched long and hard for their next head coach. They chose David Fizdale. Why was this the right choice?
Well, first off, he's a two-time NBA champion as assistant coach with D. Wade and LeBron James from Miami Heat, and I got some time to spend with him down in Miami at D. Wade's fantasy camp. He is hard and very stern, but it comes from a brotherly place. His ability to build the right culture in New York will be imperative, but it all starts with that kind of teaching.
To Julius Randle. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Hornets at the controls of this one. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Greg Monroe with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And the basket good at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Second effort. Nice touch around the basket with the tip. Here comes the screen. Down low to Monroe. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Rozier with it. They trail by 2. Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks. Monroe, the big guy, Greg Monroe. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Rozier into the front court. Looking to make something happen to Batum. To Rozier. Gets a look. Can't hit. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Possession lies with New York. Smith. Probing the defense. To Dennis Smith Jr. Down low to Monroe. The big guy, Greg Monroe. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Old school equals high percentage.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. The score 12-8. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Man, clear the lane. I got this.
Here's a chance from long range. Not going down here. Smith now into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Here comes the screen. To Monroe. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Has a look. Won't go. Into the front court comes Smith. Up by 6. Down low to Monroe. The big guy, Greg Monroe. That's now 5 in a row without a single miss.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Screen coming. Greg Monroe, huge block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Oh, emphatic slam.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Trying to cash in. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Yep.
Substitutions. New York. One minute remaining in the first quarter.
To Nick Batum.
Watch the cutter coming through.
Beyond the arc for 3. His first effort off the mark. Payton with the basketball. The lead is 11. To Julius Randle. It goes down. He improvises and scores.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Taj Gibson able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Batum guarded by Taj Gibson. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. 24-second violation. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions.
Number 30, Julius Randle.
That misses with a second to go. We're through 1 here at Madison Square Garden with the Knicks on top. Jay and I. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second.
Substitutions, New York. Entering the game for the Charlotte Hornets, number 2, Martin Williams.
Into traffic, but no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
To Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
And counted at the rim.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
My ball, my ball.
To Marcus Morris. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Marvin Williams here against Taj Gibson. From long range, the Knicks secure the rebound. To Marcus Morris. Down low for Gibson. Missed a wide open look. Taj Gibson pins it. 4th this contest.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Not that time.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Double team, double team, double team.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Hornets have the basketball. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Billy Hernan-Gomez at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 69% at the line. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip.
And number 22, Greg Monroe.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's rebounded by Beasley. Has a chance with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's so hard to guard a bad shooter. Their form throws your pace off on how you defend it. Sometimes there's nothing you can do.
Charlotte with the basketball. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
Here comes the screen. Smith, deep left corner. To Dennis Smith Jr. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Has a look. Dennis Smith Jr. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Beasley. Here comes the screen.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Wide open look won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Nothing going here on that drive. A pass stolen by the Hornets. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
Marvin Williams swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Had a chance, but it's no good. And stuffs it home.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Number 6, Sheldon Mack.
Iguodala to bring it up. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Dennis Smith Jr. Randall. Able to convert inside.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
For three. Cleans it up. Offensive board. And he finishes at the rim. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen.
The Knicks didn't hold back in that opening.
Player of the half.
Gibson has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon. Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Couldn't keep.
Substitutions. Subbing in for the Knicks. Number 13. And number 30.
Down low to Monroe. To Dennis Smith Jr. Deep two there, won't go.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
New York Knicks basketball. Takes stock of the floor to Marcus Morris. New York with 4 to shoot to Monroe. Won't go down. Another follow, stays out.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Doesn't have the touch, no good.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
To Monroe. Off the assist.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And finishes strong. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Smith. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Hornets right now in possession. Probing the defense. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Smith into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. To Marcus Morris. Nothing going here on that drive. Smith. Offensive board. Rebound snared by Kid Gilchrist. Nothing going here on that drive. That is great vision to set it up. And strokes it.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Doesn't go. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jim.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Short jumper off the mark.
I got him.
And a pass taken away by Charlotte.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Defense, let's go.
From the painted area, won't go down. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Here comes the screen.
Right.
Trying to cash in. Just off the mark.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Fires the three.
To number 6, Shelvin Mack. That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 2 for the New York Knicks. Number 13 to the line.
First try, no good. Hits a second. One more coming. Charlotte basketball. Has a chance. Defender was right there. He has to know better.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
I told you the screen was coming.
Can't guard you. Mismatch.
5 to shoot. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Off the iron. No good. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs, the strength of his legs, help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good, so they get the 3-point play. But it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. The possession lies with New York. To Julius Randle. It was right there.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
No good. Defense catching a break there. To Julius Randle. Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Rozier with it. Down a bundle. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Iguodala to bring it up. He'll run the offense. To Julius Randle. Big finish that time for Julius Randle.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
That's out. Last touch by Terry Rozier. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Stepping in for the Charlotte Hornets, number 10.
New York in control of the basketball. To Gibson. Hayden. A pass stolen by the Hornets. To Rozier. Runner here won't go. Iguodala to bring it up. Looking to make something happen. Hornets have the rebound. Rozier into the front court. His guys down big. Sheer strength to slam it down. He ran right through the gauntlet.
Clean up in aisle 4. Repeat, clean up in aisle 4. If there's anyone from the weak side that wants to participate in this game defensively, please raise your hand.
To Payton. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. 4-3. Beasley takes down the board. Has a look. Off the assist.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
You gotta get up on that. I'm on D.
To Taj Gibson. Driving right to the basket and draws the foul.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Taj Gibson, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 70% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw.
Substitutions.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Substitutions, New York. Subbing in for Charlotte, number 3, Terry Rozier.
Rocking the rim.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Here comes the screen. To Gibson. Smith. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Randall's shot off the mark.
I got mine, John. Get yours. I got mine.
Here comes the screen. And count the basket.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
I got him.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Randall. That's out. Last touch by Julius Randall. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. On a pass stolen by the Knicks.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Here comes the screen. Michael Beasley rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Michael.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Smith. And count the basket inside.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Julius Randall sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
The harder the shot, the easier it looks from Michael Beasley.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality, positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Knicks with the basketball to Julius Randall. Cleans the offensive glass. Not done yet. Julius Randall finds a spot with the putback.
Ooh, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
To Beasley. Here comes the screen. The Hornets with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. Rozier shot, no good. Iguodala to bring it up. His guys hold a commanding lead. The drive, right to the basket. Michael Beasley sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Kid Gilchrist sizing up Iguodala. Can't connect from in close. To Monroe. To Dennis Smith Jr.
1 minute left in the fourth.
Able to convert inside.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
That's up. I got him. Here we go.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Down low to Monroe. Here comes the screen. Down low to Monroe. Finish that. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
I'm here. I got ball.
Deep three at the buzzer.
Number 6, Shelvin Mack. That's his third personal foul.
First try at the line, no good. And he misses the second.
Nice and buttery, soft and buttery, soft and buttery.
Boy, bad performance at the line. 0 for 3. It's a victory for the Knicks as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Knicks put one in the win column.
Player of the game.
Greg Monroe seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again. He kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing.
Who was cold?
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.